Jokic in the half court is like Jordan in the finals, goddammit. You're not going to beat him. You're just not going to beat the half court. He is God right here. He's picking you apart. He picks you got to speed the game up, so his big ass got to run back and forth, and hopefully he can get tired.
Not getting tired.
I know he ain't.
To me, he's Magic and Kareem on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
He's a guard. He makes great decisions, hell of a pass. And then when he wants to be Kareem, he goes down and dominates. So he's a special player that does a lot of things.
Nikola Jokic is sprinting up the all-time ladder, and it's making the history books sweat. Every season, every award, every milestone piles up faster than anyone expected, bulldozing past names people swore were untouchable. These numbers aren't just impressive. They're era-bending, league-shifting, and impossible to ignore anymore. Carrying a franchise night after night while looking calm doing it has quietly flipped Jokic's image from great player to full-blown era-defining force.
The Joker and how he plays, and this is why he's the best big man in the league.
Shaq, he's playing the best of his career. I mean, that's saying a lot.
The Joker is balling. Nothing but respect for him. I don't know if he got mad at me last year, but when I said that I think Shea deserved the MVP, but I actually hope he is mad because I love the way he's playing. Like he shoots a three and all that, but he mixes it up.
But here's where the tension really starts. How do the legends feel watching this unfold in real time? Does Jokic truly belong in the same sentence as basketball's sacred names, or is this where tradition pushes back? The debate hasn't stopped because Jokic lacks dominance. It's because his dominance doesn't look the way people expect. He isn't blowing by defenders with speed or detonating rims for highlights. Instead, he breaks the game with angles, timing, soft touch, and unreal vision that warps defenses until they panic. That's where the generational clash kicks in hard. Older NBA stars came up worshiping raw force, vertical explosions, and physical intimidation. Jokic doesn't fit that mold at all. He slows everything down, slices defenses apart, and controls possessions like a chess master plotting 5 moves ahead.
I love to play against him. He's good.
He's good, right?
He's good. There's so many great centers over the history of our game. Man, is he good. I just hope he stays healthy and able to continue to do what he does because he is fun to watch. Probably more so than anybody in the league. It used to be that when the Golden State was healthy, they were really fun to watch. Now I switched over to Denver.
To some, it looks revolutionary. To others, it feels like an uncomfortable rewrite of what greatness is supposed to look like. Then came the moment that shifted the whole conversation. Michael Jordan, widely viewed as the greatest ever, publicly acknowledged Jokic in a rare moment. Jordan praised Jokic's complete skill set and elite court vision, saying the way he controls the game is something special. Respect like that doesn't get tossed around casually. When Jordan speaks, the room listens. With that endorsement, Jokic's place among basketball's elite stopped sounding hypothetical and started feeling real. He's not just winning games, he's changing how the position itself is played. And then there's Larry Bird, one of the sharpest minds the game has ever seen, often compared to Jokic for good reason. Neither relied on freak athleticism. Both used intelligence, touch, and next-level passing to dismantle defenses.
It's just, we've never seen that kind of dominance offensively and even defensively for somebody who doesn't look, who's not athletic. You know, for him to be able to guard the way that he does. I see him, during timeouts, telling his teammates where to be. He's always pointing where they need to go. All shots on the Denver Nuggets, when you're looking at their offense, it obviously goes through him, but everything is in rhythm.
Bird did it as a forward. Jokic does it as a center. Same vision, same control, same quiet damage. Bird has openly praised Jokic's unique style and calm dominance, making it clear this isn't hype or media gas. When someone with Bird's basketball mind gives you love, that's real validation. Even among legends, Jokic has earned genuine respect for reshaping the modern game. And then there's Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq has never been gentle with today's big men. He sees himself as the keeper of the big man standard, and he guards that title like it's sacred. For years, Shaquille O'Neal has been ruthless toward modern centers. He brushed off their numbers, questioned their impact, and made it clear he didn't believe today's big men stacked up to the giants of the past.
Just the best big man in the game.
The best player in the game.
I apologize, the best player in the game. I like him because as a big man, he's an old school big man and a new school big man. You know, I don't like 7'4" or 5" shooting threes. He has that ability, he goes to it. But when he needs to get in the post,
that's where he starts.
He goes in the post. He makes his guys great. He's going to play his way. Love the way he plays.
But Nikola Jokic forced a rare exception. Live on the Dan Patrick Show. Shaq openly admitted Jokic is the best big man of this era. No hype, no TV fluff, pure respect. He acknowledged Jokic's dominance, his skill, and how different his game really is. That moment mattered because Shaq doesn't hand out compliments. He guards them. Then came the twist. Shaq admitted he downplayed Jokic early on, even after another MVP. That tracks because Shaq has always believed hard criticism builds real big men. He pushes because that's how he was pushed. But Jokic doesn't respond to noise at all. No tweets, no interviews, no back and forth. Jokic just shows up and cooks. Game after game, season after season. He keeps leveling up while the scoreboard and record books do the talking. And for a growing group of fans, Jokic has already passed Shaq in all-time rankings. And the wild part, Shaq himself explained why.
Longevity would tell you if you're going to be good or not. Right. So I think it's still too early to tell for Joker. For sure. He's a good player, don't get me wrong. You know, he's kicking ass. But, yeah. You know, it's still a little too early to tell or put him, to me, in that category with those centers you said, because shit, let me see. Shaq got what? 4. Dream got 2. And Dave Robinson got 2.
Jokic has a deeper offensive bag than any center before him. He can post up. He passes like a guard. He stretches the floor with elite three-point shooting. That versatility turns every defensive scheme into a problem. Shaq even pointed out that no center in NBA history has controlled every area of the court like this. Jokic isn't just great, he's rewriting the blueprint. So why is Jokic the rare exception to Shaq's brutal criticism of modern centers? Simple. Jokic didn't abandon the old school, he upgraded it. While most big men drifted away from post play, Jokic fused classic dominance with a modern skill set that has never existed at this level. Shaq has acknowledged it himself. Jokic punishes defenders on the block with strength, balance, and footwork, straight out of another era. He seals deep, uses angles, and finishes through contact like a true throwback. But that's only the beginning. Then Jokic breaks the rules. He steps out and drills threes like a guard.
To play with. He's a problem.
I mean,
he's a problem. Like he's like Jason Kidd as a point guard.
Right.
Like those guys don't have to score to affect the game.
But he also scores.
But he can score. He shoots a 3. What can he do?
I mean,
he can't jump. Yeah, he can't jump. He can't jump. And like, you see how big he is? There's no muscle definition on him, and he's just wearing you down, and he's strong. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. I don't even know what other words to say. I love him.
He becomes a playmaking hub in the post the way Arvydas Sabonis did in the 1990s. At the top of the key, he runs dribble handoffs, screens, and reads defenses the way Domantas Sabonis does in today's game. That blend makes Jokic impossible to label. That's why old heads respect him. That's why modern fans respect him. Jokic speaks both basketball languages fluently. And then there's Jerry West. Shaq's own legacy was cemented when he arrived in Los Angeles. And that didn't happen by accident. Jerry West orchestrated it. Around that same time, West also took a gamble on a skinny high school kid named Kobe Bryant, proving once again he could see greatness before the world caught up. Jerry West's words carry weight. He played alongside Wilt Chamberlain, battled Bill Russell, helped coach Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, built champions around Shaq, and helped shape Showtime with Magic Johnson, the league's first truly dominant oversized playmaker.
Jokic is probably, statistically, when it comes to overall game, the worst MVP winner. He's the worst MVP winner in the last 40 years. Why you say that? When you're talking about MVP, the guys outside of first and second place, their teams was first and second place. The people who won the MVP, their teams was first and second.
West has witnessed every evolution of greatness. So when he praises Nikola Jokic, it isn't hype. It's history. West zeroed in on the details casual fans miss. The timing, the angles, the manipulation of defenders. Jokic isn't just dominating games, he's mastering them. His basketball IQ and unreal touch let him control games without relying on raw athleticism. And that's what separates him from everyone else. Nikola Jokic doesn't outjump people for rebounds. He outthinks them. He reads the ball off the rim, anticipates angles early, and slides into perfect position before anyone else reacts. What looks slow is actually surgical. Turning rebounds into another form of dominance isn't luck. It's elite basketball IQ in action. Then there's Gilbert Arenas, known for his loud skepticism toward European players.
Let me say something to the basketball world. Man, when you're in the post and you get 11 dribbles, man, if you get 11 dribbles in the league, man, that's like unheard of. Joker's getting 7, 8, 9, reject, spinning, hair spinning, coming out the spin, pump fake. Man, come on, man. Where the guards at?
Listen.
Where the guards at, bro?
Listen,
come on, man. You can't stop no
happening.
nigga like that.
This
That's my
is what's
point.
happening. You know why he getting 11 dribbles?
Because everybody's
so scared.
Yeah.
Because he picking them apart.
Arenas has been one of Jokic's most persistent critics on his podcast. He keeps recycling the same arguments, refusing to fully accept Denver's superstar as a dominant force. But here's where that logic starts falling apart. The biggest flaw in Arenas' take is a basic misunderstanding of what the MVP award actually means. MVP isn't about who finishes with the best team record, it's about value. You can see that clearly with teams like the Cavaliers or Celtics. Their success comes from deep, balanced rosters built to absorb pressure. Denver is the opposite. The Nuggets don't have elite depth or a perfectly stacked lineup. When Jokic is on the floor, they look like contenders. When he sits, everything collapses. The drop-off is brutal, and that is the definition of value. Jokic doesn't just score. He elevates everyone around him. Shooters get cleaner looks. Bigs get easier finishes. Role players suddenly play with confidence. That's why Denver stays relevant at the highest level year after year.
Jokic is a joke, okay? He's a joke. You watch him play.
Different.
And you look at him, and everyone's talking about, well, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. If you watch him around the basket, he absolutely will shoot the ball, touch it, and catch it on the other side before these guys move. That tells you how.
Calling Jokic one of the weakest MVPs statistically is flat out wrong. The numbers don't support it. He stacks historic stat lines, breaks records, and dominates efficiency metrics season after season. This isn't a data-driven debate anymore. It's a take built on ignoring what's actually happening on the court.
He's the best passer I've ever seen, excluding no position. He's the best I've ever seen in passing. It's funny, like when I was young in the league, and I can remember like Arvydas Sabonis was over here, and he was older. And I'm just seeing him doing these passes, and he makes threes, and I used to always be like, dang, I wonder what he looked like when he was young. And I imagine that is similar.
At this point, those criticisms say more about the critic than the player. Jokic keeps evolving. The noise fades. The legacy keeps growing. Then Charles Barkley enters the conversation with a completely different energy. As a former dominant big man, Barkley is known for fearless honesty and scorching takes, and he hasn't held back at all. He's openly blasted the Denver Nuggets front office, arguing they've failed Jokic at the highest level. Barkley sees Jokic as a once-in-a-generation talent, and in his eyes, Denver hasn't done enough to surround him with championship-level help.
They won a championship, but they just let guys go. If you got a guy that great, you got to win some more, because he got another 5 years. When he gets older, his game gonna still be fine, because he's not the most athletic brother in the world. And I'm telling you, you cannot waste this guy's prime. This guy's the best player in the world.
That criticism hits harder because Barkley lived it himself. He knows what wasted talent feels like. Barkley spent years putting up elite numbers without a true title-ready roster. That frustration doesn't disappear. That's why when he speaks on Jokic, it isn't noise, it's experience. These conversations only happen when you're talking about all-time greats. The same pressure followed LeBron James during his first Cleveland run. Kevin Garnett heard it for years in Minnesota. Poor front office decisions don't just slow careers, they reshape legacies. NBA legends understand this better than anyone. Leadership at the top often decides how history remembers you. That's where Joakim Noah enters the picture. One of the elite defensive anchors of the 2010s, Noah's prime was short but unforgettable. He was the total opposite of Jokic. Non-stop energy, defensive chaos, relentless motor, but extremely limited offensively. Fans still remember his awkward, broken-looking shooting form, legendary for all the wrong reasons. Yet despite that contrast, Noah has deep respect for Jokic's offensive brilliance.
I love Jokic. Like, I literally, the year that I came back to play against Denver and all that stuff, I studied this man so I knew when I played him what I needed to do. It's a mental game. I studied him the whole summer. I watched clips. I watched everything he did. I learned how to do what he was doing. Not so I could do it in the game, but I learned what he was doing, so when he did it, I was able to contain it.
And here's the key part. As a defensive specialist, Noah sees what casual fans miss. While critics love labeling Jokic's defense as his weak spot, one of the sharpest defensive minds of that era challenges that narrative. Jokic isn't flashy on defense. He doesn't chase blocks or hunt highlight steals. He reads plays early, positions himself correctly, controls space, forces opponents into bad decisions. That's real value. Defense isn't just about jumping high. It's about thinking faster. And Nikola Jokic does that every single possession. He may not look like a textbook lockdown defender, but his impact on that end is real and undeniable.
Is shredding the four-time defensive player of the year and the #1 defensive. He's making them look like kids. I've never seen nothing like this versus like is this the #1 defense in the league?
Yeah, it was for most of the year. Yes,
No, I'll say this though. This is wild.
Defense isn't just blocks and highlight clips. Jokic's basketball IQ, non-stop communication, and awareness turn him into a problem every trip down the floor. He's always talking, always pointing, always reading actions before they fully develop. Add his massive frame, long reach, and grown man strength, and you get a real defensive X factor. Jokic knows exactly where to be. He cuts off angles, clogs passing lanes, and forces opponents into uncomfortable decisions. That kind of defense doesn't trend online, but it wins games. One guy who knows this firsthand is Dwight Howard. One of the most dominant defensive forces of the early 2000s, Dwight matched up with Jokic during the 2020 Western Conference Finals. Even with all his size and experience, it wasn't easy. While playing for the Lakers, Dwight openly admitted Jokic was difficult to guard. Not because of speed or hops, but because Jokic makes you think non-stop. Every fake, every pause, every pass keeps defenders guessing. Dwight said it took obsessive film study and mental warfare just to slow Jokic down. That tells you everything. Jokic demands a level of defensive preparation that very few players in NBA history have ever required. Then there's Tracy McGrady, one of the most electric scorers of the 2000s, a pure bucket. McGrady never got the chance to make deep playoff runs because the right support was never there. Recently, T-Mac said he wishes he could have played next to Jokic. He praised Jokic's rare ability to lift everyone around him. Shooters eat, slashers thrive, stars get easier looks. You can hear the respect immediately. Even when McGrady joked about Jokic's athleticism, the admiration was obvious. Then comes Rasheed Wallace. When asked about Jokic's place among the all-time great centers, Sheed hesitated, and that part is fair. Legacy takes time, but some of the reasoning raised eyebrows. Saying Jokic isn't on David Robinson's level purely because of rings ignores context completely. Robinson was past his prime during both title runs. By the second championship, he wasn't carrying the load anymore. He was supporting it. Ranking him above Jokic strictly off rings skips what actually happened on the court. Context always matters. Then you've got Chauncey Billups, now head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. Billups built a long-respected career on elite basketball IQ and leadership. He was the floor general of the 2004 Detroit Pistons and earned Finals MVP as one of the best point-of-attack defenders of his era. He guarded everybody: Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Jason Williams, Andre Miller. He even went head-to-head with LeBron James in high-stakes playoff battles. So when Billups says Jokic is the best passer he's ever seen, that hits different. Then there's Kevin Garnett, one of the greatest defenders ever. Relentless, loud, never backing down. Garnett acknowledges how the game has evolved when he talks about Jokic. Centers today are more skilled and versatile than ever. and Jokic blends old school fundamentals with modern playmaking perfect. He proves you can dominate inside while running an offense with perimeter skill and elite decision making. That's evolution, not weakness. And when Paul Pierce backs that up, it only gets louder. Pierce doesn't sugarcoat it. He said straight up that Jokic is bullying the entire league. Elite defenders, strong defenders, smart defenders, it doesn't matter. Jokic dismantles them with that rare mix of size, skill, and absurd basketball IQ. Guard him one-on-one and he'll cook you. Send help and he'll tear you apart even faster. His passing turns double teams into a losing gamble. Every possession becomes a no-win decision. Then you've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the skyhook, paint control, longevity. Kareem set the standard, and he sees something familiar in Jokic. That same soft touch, that ability to make impossible shots look routine. But Kareem points out what truly separates Jokic, the playmaking. Kareem admitted that while he was a dominant scorer, Jokic's ability to elevate teammates and orchestrate an entire offense from the center position is something different, something rare, something the league has never fully seen before. At this point, Nikola Jokic's place among NBA legends isn't a prediction, it's happening in real time. Elite post moves, reliable shooting, next level playmaking, underrated defense built on IQ and positioning, and most importantly, he makes everyone around him better. That's the real marker of an all-time great. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button right now. Stay locked in, and I'll see you in the next one.